Imagine a world cloaked in ice, a vast, untamed wilderness stretching across continents. Who were the intrepid souls who first ventured into this unknown, shaping the very foundations of a hemisphere? For generations, our understanding of America's earliest inhabitants was a tapestry woven from archaeological finds and educated guesses. But now, a silent, powerful narrator has emerged from the depths of time: ancient DNA. It is rewriting history, challenging long-held beliefs and revealing a story far more intricate, resilient, and profoundly human than we ever dared to imagine. This is not just a scientific revelation, it is a journey into the heart of identity, ancestry, and the enduring spirit of a people. For much of the 20th century, the prevailing narrative of America's peopling was elegantly simple, almost too neat. It painted a picture of a single decisive migration. We were taught that around 13,000 years ago, during the last ice age, a land bridge emerged, connecting Siberia to Alaska. This Beringia land bridge, exposed by retreating glaciers, was believed to be the sole gateway. Across this frozen expanse, a group of intrepid hunters known as the Clovis people supposedly made their way. Their distinctive fluted spear points found across North America became the signature of the first Americans. This theory, often presented in textbooks and documentaries, suggested a relatively recent arrival. It implied a singular origin point and a rapid expansion across the continent. It was a story that provided a clear, albeit limited, framework for understanding early American history. However, even as this narrative solidified in public consciousness, subtle cracks began to appear. Archaeological discoveries hinted at earlier human presence, challenging the Clovis first model. Yet, without definitive proof, these anomalies remained largely on the fringes of mainstream historical discourse. Then came the revolution, not from a new archaeological dig, but from the microscopic world within our very cells. In the last 2 decades, a groundbreaking scientific discipline emerged: paleogenomics. Scientists developed the astonishing ability to extract and sequence DNA from ancient human remains, some tens of thousands of years old. This wasn't just about identifying species, it was about tracing lineages, mapping migrations, and understanding genetic relationships across millennia. The delicate fragments of bone, teeth, and even hair became libraries of ancestral information. Each ancient genome sequenced offered an unprecedented window into the past. The implications for understanding the peopling of the Americas were immediate and profound. Suddenly, we had a direct biological record, a genetic compass pointing to origins and movements. This new evidence began to challenge the long-standing Clovis first theory with undeniable precision. The genetic clues revealed something truly astonishing. The Americas were populated much earlier than previously thought. Furthermore, the story was far more complex than a single, straightforward journey. DNA doesn't lie. It tells a story of multiple waves, diverse groups, and a deeper timeline. The genetic tapestry woven by ancient DNA paints a picture of incredible human resilience and ingenuity. It confirms that the ancestors of today's Native Americans indeed originated from East Asia and Siberia. However, their journey was not a singular, unified crossing. Evidence now strongly suggests that small groups of pioneers embarked on multiple migratory waves. Some of these intrepid travelers may have arrived in the Americas as early as 20,000 to 25,000 years ago, perhaps even earlier. This timeline significantly predates the widely accepted Clovis culture. These early migrations likely followed diverse routes. While some may have traversed the interior ice-free corridors as they opened, others might have hugged the Pacific coastline. Traveling by boat or on foot along the shore, they could have navigated the rich marine environments, moving southward much faster than previously imagined. As these pioneering groups spread, they adapted to an astonishing array of environments. From the frigid tundras of the north to the lush rainforests of the south, from arid deserts to towering mountain ranges, they demonstrated incredible adaptability. Their genetic signatures diversified, reflecting their long-term isolation and adaptation to distinct ecological niches across two vast continents. The power of ancient DNA lies in its ability to resolve long-standing mysteries and correct historical misinterpretations. Consider the compelling case of Kennewick Man, a 9,000-year-old skeleton discovered in Washington state. His unique skull morphology initially led some researchers to speculate he was unrelated to modern Native Americans, sparking decades of scientific and legal debate. However, when DNA was finally extracted and analyzed from his remains, the results were unequivocal. Kennewick Man's genetic profile showed a direct and undeniable ancestral link to contemporary Native American tribes, particularly those in the Pacific Northwest. This scientific validation affirmed what many indigenous communities had asserted all along: their deep, unbroken connection to the land and its ancient inhabitants. Another pivotal discovery came from the Anzick Child Burial Site in Montana. Here, the remains of a young child, dating back over 12,000 years, were found alongside Clovis artifacts. Genetic sequencing of the Anzick child's DNA revealed a direct ancestral relationship to all present-day Native American populations in North and South America. This finding provided a crucial genetic link, demonstrating that the Clovis people were indeed direct ancestors of today's indigenous peoples. These discoveries are not isolated incidents. Across the Americas, ancient DNA is consistently revealing deep genetic continuity between prehistoric populations and modern Native American communities. It is providing irrefutable scientific evidence that validates the profound and enduring presence of indigenous peoples on these lands for millennia. The revelations from ancient DNA transcend mere scientific data. They carry profound cultural and historical significance. For centuries, Native American communities have maintained rich oral traditions, recounting their origins and deep connections to their ancestral lands. These stories often speak of creation and continuous presence since time immemorial. For too long, these oral histories were dismissed or marginalized by Western academic frameworks. They were often seen as myths rather than legitimate historical accounts. However, the rigorous scientific evidence provided by ancient DNA now powerfully corroborates these indigenous narratives. This genetic validation is a monumental shift. It confirms what Native American communities have always known and asserted. They are not recent arrivals or mere immigrants. They are the true first Americans, the original stewards of this continent, whose roots stretch back tens of thousands of years. This scientific affirmation strengthens indigenous identity and sovereignty. It provides a powerful counter-narrative to colonial histories that often sought to diminish or erase the deep history of Native peoples. It underscores their inherent right to their lands, cultures, and self-determination, rooted in an unbroken lineage that predates any colonial claim. While ancient DNA offers incredible insights, its application is not without its complexities and ethical considerations. The very act of studying ancient human remains touches upon deeply held cultural and spiritual beliefs within Native American communities. For many, these are not mere scientific specimens but revered ancestors. This tension has led to ongoing debates between scientific researchers and indigenous peoples. Some tribes express concerns that scientists treat ancestral remains as objects of study rather than sacred individuals, leading to calls for respectful reburial and repatriation. The Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, NAGPRA, in the United States, is a testament to these ongoing efforts to balance scientific inquiry with cultural respect. Conversely, many Native American communities welcome the findings from ancient DNA. They see it as powerful scientific validation of their oral histories and a tool to combat historical revisionism. For these communities, the genetic evidence provides irrefutable proof of their deep ancestral ties to the land, strengthening their claims to sovereignty and cultural heritage. The ethical landscape surrounding ancient DNA research is constantly evolving. It necessitates ongoing dialogue, collaboration, and mutual respect between scientists and indigenous communities. The goal is to ensure that the pursuit of knowledge honors the dignity of ancestors and empowers living descendants. The story of the first Americans, as told through the lens of ancient DNA, is far more than a scientific chronology. It is a profound narrative of human endurance, adaptation, and the enduring power of connection to land. It speaks to the incredible journeys undertaken by our earliest ancestors, who navigated vast, unknown territories with courage and ingenuity. This deep history reminds us that the Americas were not an empty wilderness awaiting discovery. They were vibrant, inhabited lands, shaped by diverse cultures and complex societies for millennia before European contact. The ancestors of today's Native Americans were here thousands of years before Columbus, before the Vikings, before any other non-indigenous presence. Their story is not just a chapter in American history, it is the foundational narrative. It is a testament to the deep roots of indigenous peoples, whose presence has shaped the continent's ecology, culture, and spirit for an unparalleled span of time. Understanding this truth is essential for a more complete and respectful understanding of our shared past and present. It compels us to reconsider our definitions of discovery and settlement. It invites us to acknowledge the profound legacy of indigenous stewardship and innovation. The deep history revealed by ancient DNA is a powerful reminder that the true beginning of America lies in the footsteps of its first peoples. This journey into the deep past, guided by the silent whispers of ancient DNA, is just beginning. It challenges us to think critically, to respect diverse perspectives, and to embrace a more inclusive understanding of history. The story of the first Americans is a testament to human resilience and the enduring power of ancestry. We invite you to delve deeper into these fascinating revelations. Explore the rich tapestry of indigenous cultures, learn from their oral traditions, and engage with the ongoing scientific discoveries. Your understanding of America's true origins will be forever transformed. This is The Scholar's Ledger, where history, faith, and power are revealed. Subscribe, share, and join us as we continue to uncover the profound truths that shape our world. Let's honor the past and build a more informed future, together.